Hi guys, welcome to Andrew Vanderkolden TV, and today this is my tutorial on using the Android device. Now this is probably my first ever video to ever do a complete tutorial on an Android phone. For those who have an Android phone, this is a tutorial for you. Today we're going to talk about how to disable apps from accessing the background data, so you don't have to worry about getting that unexpected bill from your provider. So we're going to start by going to our settings. We can simply do that by scrolling up on the top on down. I'm using the Galaxy phone, and the screen recorder I am using is called AZ Screen Recorder. Now, simply just go to Settings, and you want to click on your data usage. Now, when you're using data, sometimes you have apps that are accessing the network, and may not necessarily be on your permission, but sometimes you want to disable those, but still have data on for certain apps. You can simply do that by scrolling all the way down and clicking on each one. Now, every app you click on, it'll either say, restrict background data. I always put always because one, I like to save my data, and on top of that, I don't really have that big of a data plan to begin with. So this actually helps me save money in the long run. So we'll just start by clicking every single one on always. You can simply hit back. What I hate about this is that every single time you click, let's say you restrict this one. Well, and then you hit the back button. It takes you at the very, very top. Sometimes I just wish it would take you right back to where you were, so you can kind of go in order for each one. The games are definitely one you want to disable from accessing the network. That's pretty much it for this part of this whole tutorial. This is a secondary part of it where I'm going to be talking about something else on how to unlock the developer options mode. It's pretty easy actually, where you can unlock some cool features. So we'll just click on the home screen of your phone, and we'll click on the window. We'll close these out, and we're going to start by going under settings again, and we're going to scroll all the way down. Now, in order to unlock developer options, you guys shouldn't even have this on your phone yet if you guys don't know the secret. Just click on About Device, and you want to scroll down to where it says Build Number. You want to click that, at least 7 or 8, 10 times, and it should say Developer Mode has already been turned on. From there, you can simply click the back button, and you can go to Developer Options, and you can simply turn on some cool features. What I like about this particular developer options is that it has the ability to do not keep activities. So whenever you leave an app, such as your bank account or financial stuff, you can always turn that on. So it'll always clear it. So you don't really have to worry about, is your password in your clipboard or stuff like that. So it'll always clear the activity as soon as you leave it, which is generally a huge plus. Now, if you enable this, you should see a bunch of CPU stuff in the top right-hand corner. Well, you can turn that off, which I don't find it really necessary, so yeah. I like to have the prevent USB audio routing on, so a lot of times if you have your device connected to USB mode, a lot of times there are other programs that can route the audio to, the peripherals. So I usually leave that on just for safety, and if we scroll up just a little bit more, there's a whole bunch of stuff on here that I really don't mess with because I don't really find it necessary. When it comes to Windows animation, a lot of times it has a little transition. I guess I can show you what it would look like if it was on 10. That's the transition I'm talking about. Now, I like to leave that off because it tends to speed up the phone a lot. Your guys' should be maybe on 1 or 2. Well, I like to leave all mine on off just for performance reasons. So we'll turn all those animations off, and we'll just scroll up a little bit more. And USB configuration, I recommend to leave that NTP. That means whenever you connect it to your computer, you can always access the files on here. You can also change this to where you can only use it for charging, or you can use it as an audio source, or USB Ethernet. But I usually just leave it as a media transfer protocol, which is perfectly fine for how I have it. Now, there is another really cool feature. Now, since I do have the Galaxy, there is a feature where, I forget where it's at, where you click these so many times, a game pops up. Well, I just have to try and figure out what that is. I actually think it's under Android version, so we'll do that. And sure enough, this really unknown hidden feature is about to pop up. So we just click this so many times, and I don't know what it's doing, but actually a game just popped up. So let's just try and play this. So it actually reminds you a lot like, I think it's like Angry Birds kinda, or you have to kind of go up and then down. Well, not exactly. So yeah, that's pretty much it for that hidden menu. Yeah, I've died like twice already, so we'll just hit the back button and get out of that. So that's currently the hidden feature for that one, for Android version 6.0.1. I think there are other ones in here. You just have to click on every single one so many times like I did with this one. But I guess that's it for that part. Now, I'm not sure what else I should show you guys, but there are indeed some apps I do recommend. We'll just click on the all apps. And the apps I totally recommend that everyone should get is AZ Screen Recorder. I definitely recommend Kodi. Kodi can actually, you can watch movies on your Android phone. Brain It On is actually a pretty addicting brain game where it actually uses your brain. So yeah, Bomber Friends is really fun. It's like the classic, Bomberman, but it's updated with, newer images and stuff. So that's a highly recommended app for you guys. What other apps do I recommend you guys? Anymote is really good. With this remote, if you buy it, you can add unlimited remotes. And I already did so. I bought the app, and I like to try to download every single remote possible for every TV that's pretty much out there. The most TV brands are very common are the ones I have right now, such as the Polaroid, Emerson, Panasonic, LG, Vizio, and ProSonic or whatever. So yeah. So this remote I totally recommend. This only works if your phone has an IR blaster. You can always figure that out by looking at the top of your phone. And yeah. So anyways, we'll hit the back button. What other apps do I recommend you guys? Final Countdown is pretty good. I use it to keep track of my schedules or birthdays or whatever. So in here, I just keep a bunch of birthdays in here, and it counts down to whatever you need it. And G-Strings is really good. If you have an instrument, you can always use it to record and tune your device. But I am actually currently using it for the screen recorder app that is used for this tutorial, so I can't really show you guys. So I have to exit that. And WabbitMU. Who doesn't love WabbitMU? If you guys have the emulator, you can also watch some of my other videos to download the TI-83 calculator for your smartphone. So yeah, you can always do this. You can do plus, whatever, and then you get 2931. So yeah, you have indeed a TI-83 on your smartphone. Now let's just hit the back button. And other apps I recommend that you guys should get is Unit Converter Pro if you guys need help converting currencies or etc. And Wolfram Alpha for algebra. This is probably ranked number 1, but it only gives you the rhetorical answer. It never really gives you the exact answer that teachers want. But anyways, this app tells you step by step on how to do each mathematical problem. But it does cost, I think, $2.99, which is not really bad at all. Other apps I recommend is Hacker's Keyboard. You get actually a full-size keyboard for your phone, so you can actually use the F keys and whatever. And this is actually perfect if you guys are using TeamViewer or etc. You can use a full keyboard. Other apps I recommend is probably Juice SSH for those who are indeed into Linux and into shells and stuff like that. This app, you kind of have to pay for it, but this app went down a lot in price. It's only now, I think, $3.99. I think, I'm not exactly sure, but here you can connect to your computers securely using shell. So yeah, that's for Juice SSH. Now, try to figure out what else I can show you guys. And by the looks of it, we have our CCleaner. That's always good if you guys are not running the Marshmallow like what I am doing right now. With this app, you can always clean up your phone. You can hit Analyze. You can always show what apps are using what, and you can always clear the RAM or whatever. But with the Galaxy phones, they have a smart cleaner that's built in, but I recommend this app for those who don't have, a Galaxy phone with smart cleaner. This app will pretty much clear a lot of cache and whatever that you guys need to get rid of. As you can see, I have 830 megabytes that can be freed, and that's pretty much about a gigabyte I can free up. Now, we can simply click on every single one and hit clean. And this app will indeed clean. So I freed up 798. So yeah, I pretty much cleared up a gigabyte already. So we'll just hit the back button. And Juice Defender is really good. That's like a #1 app I think everyone should get. Once your phone reaches a certain percentage in battery, your phone will automatically disable anything to help preserve the battery. So yeah, so since I already have Juice Defender on here, I have 2 of them on here. One I bought and the other one is just, so it's telling me to uninstall it because I already have one on here. So we'll just uninstall that one and keep the Juice Defender Ultimate. Right here we can always hit got it. And this is the part where we can enable it, and we can always set a aggressive saving or whatever. So anyways, there you have it. I guess that's it for this tutorial. I hope you guys like it, and don't forget to subscribe. And for an extra plus for those who just want to save money on phone calls, if you guys are calling through Wi-Fi, is Magic App. Well, it actually is called Magic Jack. You log in with the same Magic Jack, and you can actually call people with it. And with the app, you can always text other people using the app. If you text a non-smartphone user who's just using a regular landline with Magic Jack, well, you're not going to be able to get the message at all. But I've actually tried message texting with this app through another SIP and return, and the computer would crash because, I don't know, it's just something about this app where you can't text SIP users, third party or whatever. So this app does work perfectly if you text a non-SIP user for those third party, but I think you guys kind of know what I mean, but you probably don't. But this app is highly recommended. I think you can save a lot of money every single year. I think I only paid 90 something a year, and you get, I think, 2 years free or something like that. So yeah, and I think that's it. Don't forget to subscribe.